For 50 years, I have looked for one thing and one thing only when buying a business: a moat. A castle can be beautiful, it can be full of gold, it can have a charismatic king, but if it does not have a deep, wide moat filled with crocodiles, the enemy will eventually cross the plains, breach the walls, and take everything. In business, the enemy is competition. In 2026, for the American worker, the enemy has changed. The enemy is no longer just the guy applying for your job. The enemy is an algorithm. It is artificial intelligence. It is a piece of software that can write faster, code better, and calculate quicker than you ever will. I am looking at the economy today and I see millions of beautiful castles, people with good degrees, nice titles, and decent salaries standing completely exposed on an open plain. They have no moat, and the marauders are coming. If your job involves sitting at a computer and processing information, and you are just average at it, you are in immediate danger. The average worker is about to be liquidated. But there is a way to survive. In fact, there's a way to thrive. Just as Coca-Cola has a moat that protects it from generic soda, you can build a personal moat that protects your income from automation and cheap labor. Today, I'm going to teach you how to dig that moat. I'm going to show you the 4 specific defenses you must build around your career and your wealth in 2026. If you have these, you become the owner of the castle. If you don't, you are just a tenant waiting to be evicted. The reality of the commoditized human. First, we must be honest about what is happening. The market is ruthless. It pays for value, not effort. If what you do can be taught to a machine in a few seconds, the value of your labor is trending towards 0. Data entry, 0. Basic copywriting, 0. Generic coding, 0. Middle management coordination, 0. These are commoditized skills. When you sell a commodity, you have no pricing power. You have to take whatever the market offers, and the market is offering less and less. To have pricing power, to demand a high salary or high rates, you must be scarce. You must be difficult to replace. You must be the only one who can do what you do. That is what a moat is. It is the barrier that prevents someone or something from stealing your livelihood. Here are the 4 personal moats you can dig right now. Moat 1, the brand moat, reputation. Coca-Cola has a brand moat. You can put brown sugar water in a bottle and sell it for cheaper, but people still pay more for Coke. Why? Trust, history, feeling. AI can generate text, but it cannot generate trust. In 2026, trust is the most scarce resource in the world. Deepfakes are everywhere. Scams are everywhere. Nobody knows who to believe. If you are known as a person of absolute integrity, a person who delivers exactly what they promise, who tells the truth when it costs them money, who has a track record of 20 years of reliability, you have a brand moat. People will pay a premium to work with you because they know you aren't a hallucination. They know you aren't a scammer. Build your reputation like it is a fragile piece of porcelain. Guard it with your life. Never cut a corner. Never tell a convenient lie. In a world of synthetic media, being authentically human and ethically bulletproof is a massive competitive advantage. Moat 2, the switching cost moat, deep specialization. In business, a switching cost moat is when it is too painful for a customer to leave you. Think of Apple. Once you have an iPhone, a Mac, and an iPad, leaving is a nightmare, so you stay. In your career, you build this by becoming deeply specialized in a painful problem. Don't be a generalist marketing manager. That is easy to replace. Be the expert in solving supply chain logistics for pharmaceutical companies in Latin America. That is hard to replace. The narrower your niche, the deeper your moat. You want to be the person that the CEO calls when the building is on fire because nobody else understands the plumbing like you do. AI is a generalist. It knows a little bit about everything. It is the ultimate B- student. You need to be the A+ student in one tiny, critical subject. Go deep. Find the messy, complex human problems that software can't navigate, the problems that require empathy, nuance, and local knowledge. That is where the switching costs are high. That is where your paycheck is safe. Moat 3, the network effect moat, relationships. Facebook has a network effect moat. It is valuable because everyone else is on it. If you leave, you lose your connections. You need to build a personal network that acts the same way. AI can write an email, but it cannot go to dinner. It cannot shake a hand. It cannot look someone in the eye and build a partnership based on shared history. Business is still done by humans. The biggest deals happen in private rooms, not on public servers. If you are the person who knows everyone, if you are the connector, the bridge between capital and talent, you are indispensable. You are the node in the network. In 2026, stop hiding behind your screen. Get out of the building. Go to conferences, buy coffees, listen to people. Be useful to them without asking for anything in return. Your net worth is your net work. That cliche is true. If 50 powerful people pick up the phone when you call, you will never be poor. AI cannot replicate your Rolodex. Moat 4, the low-cost producer moat, financial resilience. This is the moat that nobody talks about, but it is my favorite. In business, Geico has a low-cost moat. They operate cheaper than everyone else, so they can sell insurance for less and still make a profit. It is very hard to kill a company that has low costs. You need to become the low-cost producer of your own life. If you need $10,000 a month just to survive because you have a huge mortgage and 2 car payments, you are fragile. You are desperate. You have to take whatever job is available. You have no negotiating power. But if you have structured your life so you only need $3,000 a month to live because you have no debt, you live modestly, and you have savings, you are dangerous. You have leverage. You can take risks. You can start a business. You can wait for the perfect opportunity. You can undercut your competition because you don't need the money as badly as they do. Frugality is a moat. It protects you from recession. It protects you from job loss. It gives you the staying power to outlast the difficult times. While everyone else is inflating their lifestyle and making themselves vulnerable, you should be cutting your costs and digging your moat deeper. The Castle Strategy for 2026. So, how do you combine these? You build a castle of competence. Identify your niche. What is the one thing you can do better than an algorithm? Hint, it involves complex human judgment or physical reality. Dig the moat. Spend 1 hour every day learning more about that niche than anyone else. Read the trade journals, talk to the experts, become the go-to person. Fortify the walls. Pay off your debt, build a cash pile, lower your burn rate, make yourself unkillable. Raise the flag, build your reputation, be consistent, be honest, be a person of character. When you do this, you stop worrying about AI, you stop worrying about the economy. You realize that while the technology changes, the demand for excellence never changes. The demand for trust never changes. The average worker will retreat. The moated worker will expand. Don't be average. Average is over. Build your moat. Fill it with the crocodiles of competence, reputation, and capital. And let the rest of the world worry about the robots. You will be too busy counting your dividends. Subscribe to this channel. We are going to keep building castles, we are going to keep digging moats, and we are going to survive 2026, not by luck, but by design. The drawbridge is up, the moat is dug, you are safe.